Yes, you're looking at the title of the video, and yes, you're looking at the date of said video, and you may be wondering why the hell am I making this list towards the end of 2016. Well, to make this long-winded explanation short, I had a job, it exhausted me, and I was procrastinating, and it's like around September 2016, and I'm making a video that should have been, in all intents and purposes, towards the end of, December 2015. But, as Shrek has always said, better late than never, right? So, why not make it before 2016 ends? So, here are my top 5 games of 2015. At number 5, we'll have to go to the Wii U exclusive Super Mario Maker. And for an anniversary game celebrating the Big Plumber himself, Super Mario Maker is a fantastic level editor game in the same vein as Little Big Planet, with Little Big Planet making a bit more complex level design and basically not making a platformer in the later sequels. Super Mario Maker is by definition a level editor for Mario games of Mario, Mario 3, Mario World, and New Super Mario Bros. U, and it does it fantastically. It's simple, it's easy to grasp, and you can actually play so many levels from players and even Nintendo themselves. So you definitely have tons of content for this $60 game, and it's well worth the investment. The only negatives that I do have to say for Super Mario Maker is that the level design or the level editor is really simple. While that is good, most of the levels that are designed by players online are not really that good, and they're quite simple, and some of them are even bad to begin with. And second of all, is Nintendo deleting levels, even by levels that many players liked or they were quite good to begin with. For example, one of my levels that was live streamed by Some Call Me Johnny sometime in 2015 was deleted without me getting notified. I didn't have any explanation out of it, so I was kind of pissed off as all hell. So this might have gone down to like number 5. But even with that aside, Super Mario Maker has tons of content for players to enjoy offline and online, and it's definitely worth it in your Wii U library, and it's my number 5 game of 2015. And number 4 will have to be a game that I thought to myself would be my game of the year, my number 1 game of 2015, and is the most hours that I put into a game in last year. What I'm talking about is Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain. And I'll be quite honest here, if I did my original top 10 games list of 2015, this would have been number 2 or 1. But after replaying this for quite a number of times, from the single player, the objective base, FOBs, and online, the game isn't really that much of a top quality when it came to like the top 3, but I still think this game is quite good from the gameplay and the game mechanics alone. Its story, on the other hand, it's basically filler, and it's not really a good introduction for anybody to get into the Metal Gear franchise itself, but in the game mechanics and even its online portion being really good, I say Metal Gear Solid 5 is definitely worth your time and investment in the game mechanics alone. So yeah, Metal Gear Solid 5: The Phantom Pain, number 4 in my top 5 games of 2015. And number 3 will have to go to a game that I don't have a physical copy of, but I did rent it when it released, and I put like over 15 to 20 hours with, and I really enjoyed it, and that game is Just Cause 3. And it's a worthy sequel to Just Cause 2. It definitely improves upon the glider mechanics. Rico is a very good character to control and grasp, and even though the storyline is basically a throwaway, just like with Just Cause 2, Just Cause 3 improves upon everything from Just Cause 2 in level design, being able to traverse the environment as quick as possible, and basically it's a fun time to go out of. The only negatives that I have to say for Just Cause 3 is the frame rate drops on PlayStation 4. It's not as bad as, say, Xbox One, but the PlayStation 4 version does dip in quality, and it does ruin the experience from time to time, even though I could just justify myself making it seem like it's a cool action movie-like thing. But Just Cause 3, aside from the frame rate drops, is a very good game that can definitely sink in tons of hours on PlayStation 4, Xbox One, and PC. So yeah, Just Cause 3, my number 3 game of 2015. We're halfway there. At number 2, we'll have to go to another Wii U exclusive that I wasn't really fond of from the beginning, but over time it grown out of me, and I can definitely say it's definitely worth around the top 3 contenders of 2015. And that, of course, is the Wii U exclusive Splatoon. I absolutely adore this game. The only problem is that I don't even like from this game is the single player just basically being a challenge mode with slapped in text bubbles to make it seem like there's a story mode for the game. But aside from that, its multiplayer is fantastic, it's frantic, it's fast, and it keeps the game fresh as all hell. Tons of weapons, tons of costumes, and even though Splatfest is kind of over at this point, the multiplayer is still ongoing. It still has a fan base, it still has a community going out of it, and I'm definitely excited to see what Splatoon can do for the Nintendo NX itself. So Splatoon, definitely one of the best new IPs that Nintendo has made next to Pikmin, and it's definitely worth it to own on your Wii U collection. Splatoon, my number 2 game of 2015. Gonna need a drum roll for this. Okay, enough with that hot-headedness, time to go back to the show. So yes, my number 1 game of 2015 is a game that, quite frankly, I've not finished the story mode, and I'm basically still in the early stages of it, but I've done a lot of side quests, I've explored the world that this game had to offer, and if you play this game, you'll understand why I haven't even finished the story mode yet. And that, of course, is another Wii U exclusive that definitely deserves to be on this spot. Xenoblade Chronicles X, and oh boy, the advertisements for this game delivered. You definitely are in a hostile alien planet, there's definitely tons of things to explore, and unlike Metal Gear Solid 5 where the world is kind of empty, you have like a few inhabitants here or there, Xenoblade Chronicles X has tons of inhabitants in this very, very huge open world in this alien planet, tons of customization for your characters, male or female, aside from the booby slide kind of omitted for the Western release. Treehouse Division. But aside from that, you have a lot of customizations for male and female. You can definitely make your own stories within this alien planet, and even though the actual story mode for this game is kind of bland, I don't know how the story mode was in the original Xenoblade Chronicles X, but X doesn't really deliver it on it, so yeah, the story mode is just something that is definitely worthwhile to play this game. What is worthwhile is the amount of customizations, the battle system that reminds me of Final Fantasy XII, which I really did like from that battle system. And yeah, this is a game to discover, fight, and explore in this hostile alien world, and it definitely is worth the amount of hours that I put into this game. So yeah, Xenoblade Chronicles X, definitely my number 1 game of 2015. So yeah, that's it for this video that honestly should have been made a long time ago, but I finally got it out of the way. Time to edit this son of a bitch, publish it on YouTube, and get on with my life. And hopefully, with my top 10 or top 5 games of 2016 video, will definitely be done way ahead of schedule compared to how this video was to go with. So anyhow, was the selection of games that I put in my top 5 games in 2015 good selections? That I had games that I omitted from your list of games? Say it in the comment section below. Like, favorite, subscribe. This is BattlefieldJoe97. Catch you guys later.